Corey.
And I'm Sophie, and we're two in the box. Welcome back to Game Week 8 podcast.
Busy week, busy weekend.
Busy
WSL.
weekend
Lots
indeed.
Lots of goals. Before
Yeah.
we get into reviewing the action, shall we have a look at the scores?
We shall. So Corey is still in the lead. Neither of us kind of gained on. Well, I didn't gain on you.
No, I think we were level point on
Yeah.
points. So if you're new here, just to let you know or fill you in, Sophie and I compete every week, predict scores for each WSL fixture. And last week we predicted most to go the right way, so we got points for the result, but we didn't get any correct score lines, which would have bagged us extra points.
Yeah.
And then an exact score line, would have bagged us extra points, and we would have got bonus points if we got any with 3 or more goals in.
Corey's...
4 more goals in. So alas, so it goes. It goes on. I'm in the lead by 10, but we were 5-all for this round.
Yeah. So Corey's on 42 points. I'm on 32 points. Like Corey said, the results we got went the right way. But the Saturday fixtures, 2 clean sheets and not as many goals as we predicted.
Yeah.
And then the Sunday fixtures, no clean sheets and loads of goals.
Yeah, which we weren't expecting. So yeah, it was a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah, it was. A bit all over the place.
But we'll go into that, and we'll predict next week's, this upcoming week's fixtures. But before we do that, I suppose we'll go through just some key moments of the weekend. Okay, so like you said, you touched on the Saturday's fixtures. Yeah. We predicted goals, and it gave none really.
No, it gave 3 goals, I think there was. Across both games.
Before extra time, I think in the Chelsea game, it was 1-0 in that too. Yeah. So that looked destined to be only a 1-0 victory. So yeah, disappointing. I think as a Chelsea fan, obviously disappointing to see us. We're still struggling in attack, but so are Man City. In that game, obviously the top scorers in the league, but they struggled to get any more against West Ham side that I thought they would punish. But
and I think this is the thing, is that like when we're expecting it to be loads of goals because they're playing against a team that's struggling, they don't. And then when it's like a team that isn't necessarily struggling, they bag loads of goals.
Maybe it's how the game pans out as well. Like if you've got a team coming at you, then maybe there's more space. But I think watching the highlights of this West Ham game, because obviously my focus was the Chelsea game for this time. They played at the same time at 12 o'clock on that Saturday. I do think West Ham had chances. You leave a game 1-0, then you're open to that sucker punch at any point.
Yeah,
definitely. And West Ham, I think they hit the
crossbar. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the symptom of their season so far. They're having chances, but not burying them.
No.
And because of that, they still remain winless. So, yeah, nice wins for Chelsea and Man City. And again, for Chelsea, same again. Like I thought they'd get more goals against London City, but they struggled too. Yeah. Just not fluid in attack still, which is like this continuation of a problem for Sonia Bumposter this season.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're winning, everyone keeps saying. So, it's a sign of champions. It's what Chelsea do. So they'll take it. I think a point to make, though, it was the games after the international break. So I think in terms of how much time...
a couple of injuries, a couple of people tired. Obviously, Greenwood was out for Man City, which is a big thing.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, she's a defender, so it's not affecting the attack necessarily, but...
No.
It does. It's a shift in team dynamic.
But it's also the time you can spend on something tactically. Maybe you don't have that like for these games, but disappointing. But London City Lionesses and West Ham will be encouraged. I think West Ham's performances deserve more at times, and they were in that game with Man City, and the same with London City. They've grown a bit in their performances. They were in it against Chelsea. Had a great chance that flashed across the box. They just needed someone to put their foot on it. Be there. But I do think Chelsea and Man City were dominant enough to get the win. It just was not as dominant as we needed for our mini game.
Bit boring.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. On the other hand, Arsenal
were dominant.
We're back.
I mean, it's Leicester. I don't know about back, but
We're
you'll
back.
take it.
I will. I'm absolutely taking it. I think we were going through a bit of a rut, and given the people that we have out at the minute, I'm absolutely taking that as a win. I hope that it's woken us up a little bit.
Well,
I don't know.
I think how much of it was Johannes force, like you said, players you had out. You had crucially Olivia Smith out, which I think might have forced Slegger's hand to play Russo and Blackstenius maybe from the off. And I think they showed why if they play together, you're a different animal. Because Russo gets marked out of the game. She gets a little bit lost sometimes when she's up there on her own. But to have like a second striker,
definitely,
it just allows that space for her to work. And she was doing great. Blackstenius obviously got 2 goals, I think.
Yeah,
it was a great warm up for your next fixture. Let's put it that way. A good win for yours. But yeah, I wasn't expecting as big of a scoreline.
No, I wasn't either, but I was pleasantly surprised. I was happy to not gain a correct scoreline for that because, again, I didn't predict a big scoreline.
No, I thought Leicester would defend a lot better, and they really didn't.
They got cut open.
Yeah. Moving on to another team who, had some great combination play was Man United.
Yeah,
that game was great, by the way. That's probably, I would say, the game of the weekend, but we all know what the game of the weekend was because it was the goal fest. But they were in terms of like back and forth, it was up there. The Man United Brighton game was like back and forth, and Jess Park and Ella Toone just showed their quality. Jess Park gets a goal and assist. I think Toone gets an assist in the game. It's just their numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. They are playing incredibly well together, and I think that the quality is really showing. I agree. I think it has brought something out in Toone that I think maybe she was lacking a little bit last year.
I don't know. She's always been there as that goal scorer, but
absolutely. But it's now somebody to kind of support her in that, a bit like how Blackstenius and the Russo combination. There's somebody there with her to bring that out within her. Not that she wasn't capable of it, not that she didn't have that. Obviously, we know what she's capable of.
In terms of getting those goals,
just actually, just seeing the production of what she's capable of that on the pitch 100%. is and for Jess Park as well, again, like this move has done good for her.
Yeah, massively. I mean, that first goal was just lovely that goal for Jess Park was just lovely. That 1-2 and the way Jess Park takes it, it's a shame she wasn't fit for the England squad because it would have been really nice to see them to do that for England. But,
well, there's another international camp coming up, so maybe we'll see.
Fingers crossed. And then moving on to what was definitely the game of the weekend, 3-3.
Yeah.
Aston Villa versus Everton. I was not expecting that.
No.
I did go 3-1. And at 4, if it wasn't for the last goal, obviously would have gone 3-2 in Aston Villa's favour.
Yeah.
But analysing that game, I don't know what to make of it really, because like Aston Villa played really well. They played really well, but they had very poor defensive issues, which let Everton in every time. So they went 1-0. Everton went 1-0 up, shockingly. Aston Villa came back to make it 2-1. Everton
came and made it 2-2.
Yeah, 2-2. Then 3-2. Aston Villa think they've got it bagged with a very lucky goal because I think the third goal for them was a Ruby Mace deflection, which was absolutely. She wouldn't be able to do that again if she tried. And then out of that poor last minute equaliser, it's just poor from Villa. As well as they're doing this season, I feel like they'll look back at it. I think they could be doing better this season.
I think so, but I think we had a conversation about this at the time of the game, that we probably wouldn't have said that they were going to score as many goals as they had if we knew that Rachel Daly, Ebony Salmon and Chastity Grant were all going to be out for the game.
Or on the bench. 2 of them started from the bench. I agree.
Yeah. Because clearly there's like a fitness issue or an injury or we're resting, we're coming back from something, whatever it is. Obviously nothing serious because, like you said, they're on 2 of them were on the bench and came on a little bit later. But it's always difficult when you're coming on from a bench and you're behind, or there's a game and the momentum shift is slightly off. But I don't know whether that maybe impacted it slightly. But then I think we also have seen what Everton can do because they did it against Liverpool.
Yeah, but Everton, I wasn't expecting that. That's a much
Oh
better
no,
performance
I wasn't
from them.
expecting it, but they have that there is something there where they have the ability to occasionally pull these magical things out of the hat.
Yeah, but I just don't know how magical it was. That's my point. I just feel like Villa switched off, but
they took the opportunity, is what I mean.
I think you're right. Like Villa switched off for that goal, but saying that, I think Everton hit the bar just before then. But Everton definitely deserved the draw minimum from that game, which I think says more about Aston Villa than it does about Everton. I just fear that Aston Villa will be disappointed. That it was great that they didn't start all of those three players, Daly, Salmon and Chastity Grant, and looked like they were going to win it. That goes to show good squad depth, but they walk away with a point and they'll be disappointed, I think. But great game. So. It was a lovely game, and like I said, back and forth. Everton, much better performance. Yeah, maybe this will kickstart this part of the season for them, and because they were lingering down there and struggling to get points. So we'll see.
Maybe, and then
we shouldn't finish the weekend without talking about Spurs as much as we don't normally. But they won again, and from behind, like.
I felt so bad. I said it last week.
Yeah,
I just feel sad for Liverpool, and I thought maybe this is the moment. I thought maybe they had it, and they didn't. And I would have loved it against Spurs if they were going to take points off of anyone. That would have been excellent for me, but I
just didn't. Yeah. I mean, I don't think they were going to be able to hold on.
Oh no, of course not. But magical things happen.
Yeah, maybe. But magical things happen for Spurs. I mean, their 2 goals were so well worked. Olivia Holt was fantastic. Like that first goal, the corner, well played. It's so nice to see a proper set piece. Like this is what I would love for Chelsea, because I think sometimes we get too many set pieces and they're not well worked enough. But
your corner, set pieces, you don't make anything of them. You have corner, and nothing.
Well, this
comes
is it.
Of it.
And Spurs' corner, for their first goal, they worked it cleverly short to Olivia Holt, who took it back to the byline, chips it over the keeper towards the back post, and that perfectly for the back for Koga to get it in. It was just. I think that was lovely. It was a lovely work set piece goal. More of that, please. And then to see them get that
just
second
goal.
Yeah, that's it, from Chelsea, take note. But to see their second goal as well again, and great work goal. That it's horrible to say, obviously, because we're not fans of that part of that colour shirt or fan of that club, but they are doing very good. They're doing very good. And
they are.
They're above Arsenal. There's it's very tight at the top there. The title race is definitely heating up. In terms of how congested it is at the top, which makes for great viewing. So they're up there. How long they can keep it up, we'll see. But Liverpool, like you said, was tough. Good news in that, as of recording this on Wednesday, I think I saw an update today to say that Mia Enderby, who had that terrible injury, looked like she's back in training. So it doesn't look
good.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be serious, which was a relief for them, because like you said, they're having a terrible season.
Yeah, that's not
injuries
what you need.
And all sorts around the club. And I just think if she had also gone for a long-term injury, they'd be really reduced in the forward set every areas of their club. And I worry for them. Where are they getting anything from? So that's a good point for them.
Yeah, definitely.
I worry for Liverpool. They're gonna.
Yeah, Liverpool and West Ham still sitting at the bottom.
Yeah, but we'll come on to West Ham, because I actually think, obviously the upcoming fixtures, they've got a good run of upcoming fixtures.
Yeah, so
starting
they might
from
be able
this
to bag
upcoming
some
weekend.
Points.
I'm expecting them to do better. I'm hoping as well. I won't
maybe
give
they'll
it away.
follow in suit of the men's.
Maybe I won't. Yeah, maybe
things are looking up for West Ham.
Yeah, exactly. Before we go on to those predictions, we should mention the other big news of the weekend briefly. We will make it brief, because ultimately it is pretty much gossip. And it is
what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And we don't know the details. No one knows the details. And it's clearly, if you don't know, I don't see how anyone doesn't know.
You're living under a rock.
Yeah, definitely. It's the Hannah Hampton and Mary Earps drama. Mary Earps obviously coming out with some explosive things in her autobiography, which I don't actually know when the release date is.
I think it's the 6th of November. I think it's tomorrow.
So it's tomorrow.
Or the 9th of November. Something early
like
November, yeah.
So the extracts that obviously have come out detail the 3 points which I think are pretty damning, are her relationship with Hannah Hampton, which up until this point was an unknown. No one knew was a specific issue in the way that she's described it. The deterioration of a relationship with Serena Wiegman, which also no one really guessed that, so that was completely out the blue. And her retirement, her reason for retiring from England, which she puts down to a misalignment of values, which again, no one kind of saw that either. What do you think? What's your thoughts?
I think I see it from two perspectives, and I'm going to try and keep an open mind because, like you said, it's gossip. We don't know the full ins and outs of it. We haven't read the book. No. I don't know Mary personally. I think it's very brave to come out and tell your story and say how you're feeling, and explain how things have impacted you emotionally and mentally. And I think that's a very brave thing to do, because I think not very many people do that, and not very many people are honest about these situations. And then things and feelings and certain environments go a bit under the radar. And I think that people then get an impression or a picture of something, like an environment, for example, that isn't what they think it is. So I think there's that side of it where I think that what she's done is brave.
The other side
is, I think it's stupid.
I'm glad you said it.
I think it's not stupid. No, that's not the right idea. I think it's bold and brazen are the words that I'm going to use.
I think you hit the nail on the head with stupid, actually. Because to chime in there and fill in your stupid element and correct me if I'm wrong, it just feels like she's blew up something she didn't need to blow up. As honest as she wanted to be, and there's honesty, but there's honesty for what purpose? And I feel like this purpose has done her no favours. And if anything, it just feels sad. I take away from this whole thing, like, I feel sad for Mary. I saw the TalkSport interview post this whole extract coming out. She looked upset
with Leanne's hands.
And I just thought, like, at that point, why have you done that? Like, you've obviously agreed for these extracts to come out for them to be reviewed and be released first publicly. Like, I don't think she's been advised well, if that's the case. Like, I feel sad for her because she has completely misread how this is going to be interpreted. Also, I think everyone, unless you were naive, kind of guessed that was the reason you left England anyway. Like, you left England, you retired because everyone kind of guessed you were losing out your spot in the run-up to the Euros 2025 to Hampton. So it was kind of just assumed, without her needing to say anything, that Hannah Hampton was chosen as number one, whatever she felt about that and the reasons for it, and that kind of led to your retirement. For her to go into details, try and explain that and give reason, it hasn't done her any favours.
No, but I don't necessarily think that it's her trying to give reason as to why she retired. I think it is just telling her story in general. I don't think it's to answer any questions that people had as to why, because, like you said, I don't think people did have the question why.
No, I think it was very obvious.
I don't think people were ever unsure of why she decided to retire. But there's also other things in her autobiography that she has released that have also come out at the same time as this, that obviously aren't as well. I don't know. I think they have caused quite the conversation.
No, definitely not as big as this.
Big as this, but they have caused a conversation in terms of coming out about her sexuality and announcing that she's got a girlfriend, and saying that she really struggled with her mental health during COVID, and she was drinking vodka bottles by the gallon from the supermarket. There's a lot
that's going to be in the book.
And this is it. Fine, and I just think there are a lot of this is just her telling her story, period. And that just happens to be an aspect
I just think
of her story.
I think, to go back to your second point, it's stupid in the sense that if someone close to her surely would have, editor, a ghostwriter, someone who's around the book, looks at that and thinks, you know what, Mary, maybe you don't need to add that. There's being authentic and there's being what bomb are you about to unleash, and are you mentally prepared for that? So I feel sorry for her, because I feel like no one said that to her, and she's mentally taking that hit. So that's what I feel sorry for. I feel sorry for Hannah Hampton, because I feel like she's been dragged into this when she probably has moved on, and now she's going to have this all behind her. And she's had previous conversations about her mental health was poor around that time, how she wanted to quit football, and I feel like this is just dragging her back into it again. So there's that.
Absolutely. I think
I feel sad for the position it's putting teammates in, everyone in. Like it just feels like the England team, and this will be my last kind of point on it, I think, from the outside looking in, it looked harmonious, those winning camps.
Yeah, but which is why I think, and this is it. And I think that's then creating a narrative that isn't true.
I understand, and I know that's not genuinely going to be the case, but this is kind of ripped off that facade in like a really brutal way. There's ripping it off in a soft way as you learn about things, about what happened. This is ripped off in a really brutal way, in a camp and a group of players who still ultimately have to play with each other, because she's not a part of it and she's not part of the WSL.
No, but they're the ones that have to kind of still work around that.
And I think that's where it's ultimately as well falls upon me, just feeling really sad for the whole situation. So I don't know.
No, I agree. I think it's, like I said, I think it is brave on one aspect and stupid
on the other. 100%.
Maybe,
100%.
On the other side. I also feel sorry for Hannah Hampton. I think that it's not an ideal situation to be in, and when you feel like you have moved on from something,
probably
to then have it to then have it brought back up is not ideal. But then at the same point, you have to deal with the consequences of your actions, past, present and future.
No,
and it's one of those things that whatever she did to be suspended from the England squad and Villa for a shorter amount of time, but the England squad for a year, it clearly wasn't a good situation.
Yeah, but
other people that have played with her have come out and said that it was bad behaviour. For example, Russo Littlejohn.
But we said, we talked about this before, and I just feel like she was punished.
Of course, but then you still do have to deal with things are going to resurface, and it is what it is.
I do think if you've served the punishment, and
but the world aren't going to forget about things.
Yeah, I know, but it's not for your team. It's not for your teammate to pass judgment in that way and blow it up in this manner. I think the manager has tried to put it under it. We're getting into it a bit too much, but my point is I feel sad for the situation. The situation is sad for a lot of parties, and
I agree.
I'm sure it's just going to rumble on because the book's not out yet.
Yeah.
So,
but I also feel like it's one of those things where it is what it is. It's out there now. It's almost better that it came out before the book came out, because then it wasn't going to be like, I don't know. It's out there now. It is what it is. It will be what it will be. Maybe Hampton will come out and give a statement and share some things. Maybe she won't. Maybe it'll be something that's kind of just brushed under the rug and people just move on from it. Obviously, there might be things brought up in terms of Sonia Bampastor already spoke about it. Sam Kerr's spoken about it. Other people have spoken. Ellen White's spoken about it.
I don't see how the likes of Millie Bright won't be able to speak about it on her podcast.
Yeah, so Millie Bright and Rachel Daly. I don't know how they're going to...
Exactly, and this is what I mean. That's the sad situation about it. Ellen White, like you said, Ellen White's had to talk about it. All of these players are going to feel like they're going to have to talk about this, and that's the bit that I feel like Mary has been ill-advised about, because you're naive if you really didn't think it was going to cause that type of stuff. We'll see, and I don't think we'll probably mention it again, because like I said, I think a lot of it's gossip, but I do think it was a big talking point this weekend, and I felt the second reason why I feel bad for Hannah Hampton was like one of the first games, the Chelsea game, obviously kicking off on Saturday,
and it all came out on Friday night.
Came out on Friday night, so there was a lot of focus on her. She had a couple not hairy moments, but there were moments where she was like one-on-one with an attacker, and she had to and I was thinking in the back of my mind, oh my god, I hope she's not mentally not present with all of this. So I do hope it doesn't affect her performances. And because she is a keeper at the top of her game at the moment, and we'll see.
Best keeper in the game at the minute, I think, personally. So Yeah, I
Anyway,
agree.
That all
It is what it is.
What it is, and we'll move on, and hopefully that drama ends, and we'll go on to the predictions, which is our type of drama.
Yeah.
Let's go and see what we're saying. Okay.
Well.
I'll go first. Oh! Wow! I just realised.
You realise what the well was?
It was. It's the big one.
Tis the big one.
Arsenal
versus Chelsea.
Arsenal versus Chelsea against each other this weekend.
This is one of the 2 days of the year where our household, in the women's game, happens in the men's too.
It does happen in the
where
men's.
our household
4 times a year.
It's not very harmonious.
And that game's coming up soon as well, I think. That
For the men. Yeah. So Arsenal versus Chelsea at the Emirates, 12 o'clock, Saturday, be there, be square. Start us off. I'll let you go. What are you thinking?
Obviously, I would have liked for you not to get that great warm-up against Leicester at the weekend, because I do think that's probably helped confidence for you guys. My heart just wants to say we'll beat you because we turn up against we turn up this team when we need to, but I do think we're not playing great in terms of we do concede chances, and you'll take advantage of that.
Yeah.
I just don't see how we don't concede, so I'm going to go. I just think we'll turn up, but because it's away, I'm going to go for a draw, and I'm going to go 2-2. My heart, I really want to be wrong, so I'm saying 2-2 officially.
Yeah.
But I want, unofficially, I'm hoping for a 2-1 victory for Chelsea.
Okay.
But my head is saying 2-2 because I think you'll turn up. You're at home. You'll have the crowd behind you, and we're going to concede chances, I think.
Okay. I'm going to back Arsenal all the way. Oh, God.
She's going to go with her heart purely.
Because I agree with everything you said. I think we're at home. I think we had a good game last week. We're on like a good playing field. I think your defence is not as strong as it could be. I think you're not burying chances in attack.
Do you think you're going to end up?
I'm going to say yes. We're going to beat you 2-1
on Sonia Bonpastor.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We're going to do it.
You don't look that confident.
No.
Oh God, let's not start with that. I think
no, we're going to do it. That's what I'm going with.
I think okay, I mean, look, it is what it is. Like I said, unofficially, I would say 2-1 on our end as well. I think it's going to be a great game.
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game.
And to my kind of thought on it is that if you guys are going to stand, you're going to be right up for it, because if you are going to stand put any sort of title challenge ahead, you have to get points from this game. If we beat you,
that's it.
Even really a draw, the distance between the two clubs and the amount of points you have to try and catch up is going to be difficult.
Yeah, but so then also you haven't played Man City yet.
Yeah, we played on first game of the season.
Yeah, you did.
So I do think, but that was at home. But
yeah,
I do think. No, we played Man United away. This is what I'm saying. You can't afford to walk away from this game empty-handed. So I do think you'll go for it. But I'll stick with 2-2 because my head says that. My heart wants more, but we'll leave it at that.
I'm going with my heart, and I'm going to say Arsenal are going to beat you 2-1.
Okay. You go ahead for the next one.
United and Villa.
Is the other 12 o'clock fixture on Saturday? Sorry,
it is. I'm going to go. Three. Are Villa going to score? Are they still going to have all of their attackers out?
I mean, Sam and Daly came on, so I'd like to think they'll be back.
3-1 to United.
Were you for a minute going to say 4? I could see your lips do that.
Yeah, I was thinking, because then I was like, bonus points.
3-1 would still get you bonus points.
Oh, it would. Yeah, I was worrying. I was thinking about maybe a 4-0, but I'm going to go 3-1. I think United are on top form. I think Toone and Park are going to get some goals. I think, like you said, Villa struggled at the weekend against Everton, but I think they are getting goals. So but then United's defence is very strong.
I mean, you say that, but they conceded 2 goals against Brighton, which I was not expecting. And that first
especially
goal by Frank Kirby
as well.
Yeah, that first goal by Frank Kirby, the way they cut them, I think it was Frank Kirby.
Yeah, it was
the way
Frank
they
Kirby.
cut them apart, that defence. Myla Tizio was having a bit of a rough time.
Yeah, she had a couple of mistakes. Yeah, so got run out a couple of times.
So I think I agree. I think Aston Villa might score, but I don't think it's going to. I'm going to go safer with a 2-1 to United. I think it could. I don't know. It's just really going to depend on Villa, like which Villa's going to turn up. You know, is it the Villa that's going to be super tight at the back and manage to hold out and do some good in attack? I don't know. Or is it going to be Villa that's going to be wasteful and sloppy at the back, which we've seen this season too? They really are. I really rate them. They're a good team, Villa, but they just are a bit up and down, so it's hard to say. So I'm going to stick with United. Yeah, 2-1.
Okay.
Sunday fixtures. Bit of a. The times are a bit scattered this week. So
11:55 start.
Yeah, the London City Lioness game starts a bit earlier, but 11:55 for them versus Spurs.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's you to go first.
Oh, it's me to go first.
Yeah.
This game could easily be a draw, I think. But specifically because Spurs are away, I think it could be a draw. But I'm gonna go with my head and go, I think Spurs are going to do it. They're just, them coming back up against Liverpool just showed a bit of determination and grit that they really are a changed team from last year. I think they'll do it. If they get the first goal, Spurs, I think they'll beat London City Lionesses. The game of the weekend showed me, though, that if they even go a goal down, they're capable of coming back.
They can come back, yeah.
Which I just think, but I was impressed with London City Lionesses against Chelsea. I thought we'd score more. They were very good in defence. Sangare was great against Aggie Beaver-Jones, kept her quiet the whole game. So I'm gonna say a narrow 2-1 to Spurs.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Sorry, I was like bordering on whether that should be something else there. It felt like I'm waiting forever.
Oh, it's right. I take long pauses. I'm going to go because I agree with what you said. I think London City are definitely improving. They're showing improvements in their ability to defend and they are getting chances. Tottenham are playing better than them, definitely, but I agree and I think that it could be a draw. So I'm going to go for a draw and I'm going to say 1-0.
Okay, 1-0.
12 o'clock game, Liverpool-Brighton. Oh, it's me to start.
Yeah. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go. Let's go for a 2-0. Oh, no, they are away. 1-0 Brighton.
1-0 Brighton. I think that is very low scoring. I was impressed with Brighton, the amount of goals they managed to get against United and that defence of United.
Yeah,
so I do think it might be a bit more. I just don't see how Liverpool's going to score against Brighton. So I'll go 2-0 Brighton, which might seem a bit big, but I just think they're going to be capable of scoring against Liverpool, and I'm not sure about Liverpool scoring. They'll play well, but they're really struggling to get they got that goal against Spurs, which was a shock to me.
Yeah. Okie dokies. West Ham Leicester.
Me, right?
Yeah.
Really struggling to keep up this week. West Ham Leicester, I think, called me crazy, but I think
crazy
that this is going to be the game that West Ham finally break their duck for this season. I'm gonna
break their duck. Is that a saying?
I think so. I hope so. I think they'll end their winless streak. I think they'll get a win here. And crazily, this weekend, I'm also going for the West Ham men's team to win in my last one standing. So if West Ham screw me over in both the men and the women, I'm going to be fuming, right? But I'm going to go West Ham to beat Leicester 1-0.
Oh. I was going to say 1-2. And now I can't say 1-0, so I'm going to go... do I think I'm going to get 2 goals? Absolutely not. I just don't know what to do with that now.
Well, come on, make a choice.
Oh, I don't know.
It could go either way. Look, it's a difficult fixture.
All right, I'm going to go 1-0 Leicester then, because I don't think...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't think West Ham are going to get more than 1 goal. I don't particularly want to say it's going to be a 0-0 draw, because I think something will happen. I just don't know what. So I'm going to say 1-0 Leicester.
Okay, 1-0 Leicester. Okay, so last game of the weekend, Everton versus Manchester City.
Is it me first?
Yes, I believe so.
I'm going to go...
improved performance, from Everton. So
yeah, definitely, and not as many goals as we fought from Man City last week.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play on the safe side. I don't think there are any safe sides.
No, when you're predicting scorelines, there's no safe side. You just have to go for it.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Man City.
2-1 Man City.
Yeah, because I think Everton could creep in a goal. I think.
Yeah, that's a good shout actually. I'll go 3-1 Man City. Maybe they'll find their scoring boots back.
Maybe.
But I do think Everton could score against them. Yeah, I think they're capable, and they've definitely improved. It looks like they had a much better performance with that game against Villa. So yeah, 3-1. I'll go with that. So yeah, join us next week. See how we got on. See if we're still talking. Or in the
might have
depending
a
on what happens
fight.
to the Arsenal Chelsea game. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. Please like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed it, and
join in. Let us know your predictions.
Yeah, especially for that big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.